Alrighty everyone, hello. Today I would like to talk to you about a spice of the month that is pretty fairly associated with Sagittarius, the season we are in, and that is turmeric. I believe I've already talked about ginger, but I do not think I've talked about turmeric, and that's a shame because honestly, turmeric and ginger, they're like sisters. They are very good together, and when it comes to the history of them, I don't know how closely wound together they are. I do just know that turmeric as a root is something that has been around for thousands of years. I do mean thousands. It goes back further than 4,000 years where it originated out there in, Southeast Asia, the Middle East, and it is something that has been used for a long time, not just for its flavor, but also for its medicinal effects, for its color, all other kinds of stuff. At one point, I think it was even called like Indian saffron because it was something that was just used in a lot of especially like Southeast Asian and Indian cuisines. And it would be called saffron because if you know about saffron, you know that when you boil those stigmatas that they make up the spice, it has that beautiful rich orange color, and so too does turmeric have that really beautiful golden color. You might see things marketed in health food stores right now that's called like golden milk or something. That gold color is coming from turmeric. And so it's been a part of spice trades for a long time. It is a very good root. It is a rhizome, actually. So like ginger, if you've seen ginger and it has that weird knobby, lumpy kind of thing, turmeric, until you peel it, looks pretty much the exact same. It's just that when you peel it, instead of having a kind of like a yellowish, whitish flesh inside like ginger, turmeric has a deep, beautiful orange color. And it is really wonderful in all kinds of different sauces and soups. You can use it as in a powdered form, or you could also use it in its whole root form. So culinarily, again, since it is originating in that part of the world, Southeast Asia, Middle East, places like that, it will be used in a lot of sauces. It'll be used to bring a lot of color into dishes. It'll also just be used for a lot of that flavor. It's got that more astringent, almost bitter flavor that when you pair it with black pepper, goes just really well together. Me personally, when I'm cooking with turmeric, I'm either sprinkling a little bit of the powdered stuff, like say on fried eggs or something, and cracking black pepper on it, or I'm throwing it into dishes like shakshuka, like chili, like other things that use stuff like cumin or coriander or other really savory, warming spices. I also really like to, when I make my chicken soup, all the vegetables and everything else aside, I will throw like a good 2 to 3 inch sized knob of ginger and turmeric into the soup to simmer in there and release all of its goodness into that broth for a good couple hours, because actually when it comes to the healing power of chicken soup, part of that healing power is very much in part because of the ginger and that turmeric. So at this point we might segue a little bit into the medicinal benefits of turmeric. And I gotta tell you, they're very potent, right? It's a potent spice, and one of the main things that it's used for is for anti-inflammatory properties, right? I remember when my dog was getting old, right, my childhood dog, the thing that the vet gave her for her joints were turmeric pills, right? Because it's just such a well-known and potent spice to help deal with inflammation that hurts joints, that deals with all other kinds of issues like that. It can help with a lot of other things too, not just inflammation. It can also help with, if your muscles are sore after working out. It can help with certain eye conditions. It can help with kidney health, all other kinds of things turmeric can be really good for. And it's something that, like all herbs and spices, you should be careful how much you ingest, right? You can't just be eating like a pound of straight turmeric rhizome. That would be probably pretty bad for you. But it is something that you can use in pretty good amounts. So I do a pretty good sprinkle on just eggs alone. Then I'll do that in conjunction with ginger. Ginger, turmeric, and black pepper together. Very good. Just, for your overall health and well-being. And I believe I've heard it said that black pepper helps with the absorption of turmeric into the body, which is why also they're often paired together. And again, as I said, the healing power of chicken soup, yeah, it's because in conjunction with all the other things that are putting a lot of good vitamins and minerals in there, when you're sick and you're all inflamed and stuffy and your nose is blocked off with all of that kind of stuff, not even because of mucus, but because of just sinuses going berserk, turmeric can absolutely help, and it can speed up that healing process. Because a lot of times, you guys will know how it goes, right? When you're sick and you're trying to blow your nose and nothing comes out, but you can't breathe through it, but nothing comes out, that's because your sinuses are puffed, inflamed. So it can help a little bit with things like that. and it makes a really good addition to any kind of, if you like Indian food, if you like Middle Eastern food, if you like pretty much anything that has nice warming spices included in it, it's a good thing to use. But now here's the thing about turmeric magically. There are a lot of interesting traditions. I was reading a little bit about how, in India, the brides will have like a string that is kind of covered in a turmeric paste, the yellow paste, and put on by the groom, and that's to symbolize that she is capable of, taking care of the household and things like that in their marriage going forward. There are many, of course, traditions that are going to pop up in the region in which this root comes from. That's usually how plants work. There's a lot of myth and folklore and magic tied up around that in their originating cultures. However, since this isn't something that pops up often in things like, Scott Cunningham's Encyclopedia of Magical Herbs, you have to do a little bit of thinking. And so this is where I'm going to recommend to you a way in which you can suss the qualities of herbs and other such things. If you aren't sure how to do it already, one of the best ways to do it is to just inspect the object, right? First of all, inspect it. What color is it? Is it soft or hard? Is it something that grows underground, above ground? What part of the plant is it, right? Flower, stem, leaves, root? Where does it grow best? Hot climates, cold climates? Is it hardy? Is it hard to kill? Or is it really, really easy to accidentally destroy? Consider all of these things when you hold that. And then after that, just think about how it tastes, how it feels to hold energetically. Think about these things, and eventually, with all of that information, you can come to a pretty good answer. So when it comes to turmeric, right, one of the first things I notice is that this thing is such a beautiful, brassy orange color. And in color magic, orange is the color of creativity. It's the color of passion and expansion and, going forward in new projects. It is such a good color for anything that has to do with starting new ventures and being lucky and successful in those ventures, right? Likewise, if I inspect it for, just like the way it grows and also the properties it has medicinally, since it's anti-inflammatory and it's a root that grows in the dark underground, this is something that to me suggests a quality of stability, right? And the resolution of conflict. Anti-inflammatory, think about it, right? We say people make inflammatory remarks. Turmeric, if you're having a struggle with somebody, is something that, in my opinion, can help you ease those tensions and craft that stability with other people again, repairing relationships, bringing warmth and evening glow, sunshine, calmness back into a relationship, optimism and luck and success, all these things back in there. Going off the idea that in that specific bit of Indian folklore that this symbolizes the house, right? Someone being able to take care of the house wearing this paste. That is giving very Four of Wands energy to me. Wands being of fire, of creation, of all that stuff. Four of Wands specifically being of domestic harmony, bliss, and things like that. It's giving the energy of a plant that can help you really alchemize a space, alchemize a relationship, turn it from something that's like kind of barely living to something that is thriving. Turmeric can do those kinds of things. But all that said, that's just kind of walking through my thought process on it. Very quick overview for, honestly, a spice that is talked a lot about in the health food stores, but really has a lot of value and wonder just all on its own and within the culture that it originated in, within food in general, and that always makes a really good addition to all kinds of different things. Culinarily, I've also made these kind of frozen little bullets before. Those are really fun. I had a recipe for that on TikTok because I saw something on YouTube that was using like ginger and all these other things to do something like that. You could also throw probably a little bit of turmeric in there. I threw turmeric in there, and then a little bit of black pepper on top. But ginger, orange, lemon, all that kind of stuff. Very good immune boosting thing. And it was a really good addition in my smoothies and the tropical blend. So that's another thing you can try. With all that said, I hope this gives you a new perspective on it, and you might try to use it in some of your own dishes. One dish I recommend right away, especially for this cold season, is my chicken soup. Very, very good for those cold winter nights. And I hope you guys have a great rest of your Sagittarius season. See you guys.